Good morning,
Hey, everybody.
everyone. Welcome to Wake Up Missoula. My name is Noelle McAvoy.
And I'm Scott Ramp, and we are your hosts this morning to usher you into the new week of February. And of course, some recent things have been happening. Of course, we had a very successful live stream last night.
We did, yes. Last night at the Top Hat was Dancing with the Missoula Stars, which was a benefit for the Downtown Dance Collective, where they paired professional dancers with a bunch of people around Missoula that are well known. And we got 300 people on our live stream, and they sold out at the Top Hat. And it was just very successful.
Yep.
A great night. So DDC earned lots of money. They gave away two really awesome Mirrorball trophies to they did Latin Jazz was the team that won. So yeah, it was great. It was awesome.
I wish I could show you some of the footage of our stuff last night, but right now it's actually transferring to DVD and a digital file for us to give to Lori.
Yes. So you guys will see that Wednesday or Friday.
Yep. So, of course, the weather is getting nicer and nicer, but today we do have a little bit of chance of snow, which is still kind of holding on, but it's going to be a high of 45, so chances are the snow will not stay. So if we take a look, it is currently 35 degrees Fahrenheit outside, 2 degrees Celsius. Celsius. And, of course, it's going to be 30% chance of snow. And then tonight it's going to be 20% of snow, then it's going to be partly cloudy, so it's probably going to get a little colder than usual, but it's going to be a low of 24, but of course this whole week it's going to be highs into the 40s, and it's going to be sunny, somewhat cloudy, but this whole week we're looking forward to some great weather, which is bad for some people who are looking to snowboard or ski, because I heard there were some closures.
There are some closures, yeah. So I've got the snow report. So if you guys take a look over here, we don't really have any new snow on any of the ski hills. Whitefish, their upper base depth though is up to 101 inches, which is pretty nice. Blacktail, 0 inches of snow. But it looks like if you guys take a look, Lost Trail is closed. That red dot means that they're closed, and I don't know if they're just closed today or if they're closed for good. But it's been fairly warm, and there really hasn't been too much precipitation, and so it kind of seems like everything is just melting. And if you guys, as you guys saw in our weather earlier, it's going to be 45 and 48 degrees the rest of this week. Yep. So that's just like, bye winter and hey spring.
But
right?
Of course, who knows, because our 2-year anniversary of Wake Up Missoula is coming up next week.
And
I think it's either March 3rd
or 5th.
Or 5th. I'm pretty sure it's March 3rd.
I think so too. But that was the day that we had that huge blizzard that basically shut down town for a weekend.
Because I remember we had our practice live show on February 28th.
Yeah, that was it. So our practice live show was the blizzard.
1st, 2nd, 3rd. Okay, so the 3rd.
So the 3rd was our first official show, and the practice live show was that blizzard, and that was February 28th.
It's too bad because our 2-year anniversary is also going to be on a non-live day as usual. Last year it wasn't on a live day. This year it's also not a live day because we have a leap year to catch up with the year. So yeah, I'm excited for leap day, and we are going to be live on leap day.
Oh, we are.
The 29th. That would be probably the first and only time we're ever live on leap.
That'll be cool. That'll be crazy.
So we'll try to make it somewhat a little bit special. But of
We're
course,
gonna make it really
you guys can feel special by logging on to our website, wakeupmissoula.wix.com/wakeupmissoula. You can see current episodes, past videos, and more with Flagship Fridays, some of our interviews, and of course our stop animation videos, as well as you can see our posts on our Facebook page. Of course, we just recently updated our cover photo because I just stole it from Mason's time lapse. I really like our new cover photo. It's really sweet. It's from a GoPro, and it just basically is this is the corner of where our building's at in Missoula.
Yep.
You can follow us on Twitter at Wake Up Missoula.
You can like Missoula Community Access Television on Twitter at MCAT-TV Missoula. You can like us on Facebook, and to find out more information about us, just check us out at mcat.org.
And of course, this brings me to my next point, as our summer programs are starting this year, and you can sign up your kid ages 9 to 13, and we opened a brand new section for teens, or young adults as they like to be called, age 13 to 18, and then we're going to do a zombie workshop.
Yeah.
Zombie program, zombie movie making.
Yep, so we'll bring in Roothead Studios, and they'll do makeup for us for a couple days, and then we'll film a zombie movie and edit it all together, and
hopefully
should be a grand old
everything
time.
Works out great.
Yeah, should be a good old time. I'm excited.
Yep.
So
we're like
bring
the
your
acting
teens.
we're like the acting producers and
Yeah.
making sure they don't get into trouble.
Pretty much.
And then the teenagers have to basically put this all together.
Yeah,
and we kind of
themselves.
guide them throughout the way.
Yep.
It's a
a
learning.
good time.
It's a learning by doing process, and
Yeah.
it's really good for a lot of times. Like kids, you can't just teach them by just like standing in front of a whiteboard or chalkboard.
Kinesthetic learners.
Yep.
Kids learn by doing. Yep. And 85% of children are kinesthetic learners too.
But also we have our Saturday animation
yes, we
drop-ins.
did.
Every Saturday from 1 to 5, we host our Saturday animation drop-in.
And it's very popular.
Yep.
We now have had to cap our camp at 15 kids because everyone just races and people are starting to show up early and we have to tell them no.
No.
Someone tried to show up 20 minutes early and we're like,
No.
we're chilling.
Not
No.
my house.
Don't bring your kids so early. Yeah,
Of
and
course.
that is, of course we love the kids. We love doing this, but we also like to have our time and it doesn't start till 1.
And think of it like this: it's better. They have a better experience if there's more of us being able to go to each individual kid and show them how to do it and guide them on the on their path of stop animation.
Pretty
and
much.
if there's too many kids, a lot of them might be just standing around and not doing too much. And
Yes. And it's also not fair to other kids that I've told show up at 1 to show up like 20 minutes early and expect to get in when, I've told other people. Yeah. So, but either way, it's going really great and it's fantastic. And if
it's
you want
this Saturday.
It's Saturdays?
From
yeah.
1 to 5, and of course, we are going to be promoting this and our summer camps this Saturday
At
from
MCT.
10 to 1
Over
in the
at
MCT
MCT.
lobby, Missoula Community Theater or MCT Incorporated. It's like there's like two names, like Missoula Community Theater or Missoula Children's Theater.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's just off of Broadway because it's the theater.
It should be great. Yeah, it should be awesome.
Yeah, but of course, we it's Monday, and I do want to show a little video from our stop animation. Of course, I have 2.
Okay.
I'm going to show one that was made by a kid, and then of course one made by me, so you can kind of like make a comparison of how well these kids are doing compared to how well I am kind of doing this for so long, and then we're going to jump into events. So,
Sounds good.
Without further ado, here is. Hold on a second, sorry. Stop animation featuring myself and
Colin.
So the first one is the student one, and the next one is mine that I did last Saturday.
And
so.
Colin is a regular. He comes to our camp all the time, and he makes awesome movies, and he's hilarious, and he loves watching them backwards. And I just love watching him like laugh while watching it backwards. It's just so funny. Yeah. Without further ado.
All right, no more teasing.
Sweet. Those were cool. Wow. No, let's take this back to a one shot. Nice, Scott. That was cool. I like that. I hope that you guys enjoyed that too. And those are things that your children can do on Saturdays with us. But now we've got events to get you ready for the beginning of your week. So starting at 9:30 a.m. is Family Fun Time over at Missoula Gymnastics. This is an open gym for ages walking to 12 years. They offer a supervised and safe environment full of obstacle courses, trampolines, and foam pits. Over at the Missoula Public Library, they're doing food for fines. So if you've got any library fines or book fines, which reminds me, I need to return something. You can bring some food, some canned food for them, and they will. Let's see, they will. I think they'll waive your overdue library fines. That's awesome. Also at the public library, they've got their open time in the makerspace from 10 a.m. to 6. So all day long, you can go in there and learn how to use their equipment and work on a project of your choice. Preschool playgroup is going on at Roots Acro Sports Center at 11. This is for ages walking to 5 years. It's $8 a drop-in, $12 for siblings, and they set up different activities and stations around the gym, and the parents and children get to rotate and choose what they want to do. As you guys all know, and like I talked about this week, this week is Big Sky Documentary Film Fest. So they've got movies going on every single day. They also have a lot of workshops. So they've got a workshop going on at the University of Montana, the UC Theater at 12:30 today. It's 90 minutes long. It's called The Making of Misrepresentation. So Christine Wilcox Holmes will discuss how the documentary film Misrepresentation became a catalyst for social change and how content can spark movements and social engagement. Bridge group is going on at the Senior Center at 1. This is the beginners brush up group. And then Duplicate Bridge is going on at Garden City Duplicate Bridge Club at 1 p.m. And then at 2, we've got another Big Skies Documentary Film Fest short, or a doc shop. It's called Story of Stuff. This is in the UC Theater at 2 p.m. Michael O'Haney, he will be talking about how his movie, The Story of Stuff, became a community of over 1 million change makers worldwide, working to build a more healthy and just planet. There's another doc shop workshop. It's called Ethics and Representation. This is also at the UC Theaters at 3:30, right after The Story of Stuff. And this is a panel, and it discusses and hits on the challenges and implications of how you affect individuals and their story when they become a subject in your film or video. So it discusses the challenging situations and representation, working through a variety of subjects, and the ethics of it, which is definitely important. At 5 p.m. over the Top Hat Lounge, they've got the live recorded shows of the Grateful Dead, Raising the Dead. So that's from 5 to 7. And that's pretty much, their happy hour with Raising the Dead music.
Yeah.
Over at Missoula Brewing Company, they've got a giving back at Missoula Brewing Company for the Insectarium. So 75 cents from each Bach beer go directly to Missoula Insectarium from 5 to 8. And then starting at 6 at Plunk is Service Industry Night. This is where you can get special deals on appetizers and drinks if you work in the service industry. Over at REI, they have a ski and snowboard tuning basics class at 6:30. You can register at rei.com/Missoula. And then they have Blues Monday at the Badlander at 9. And I don't have any Tuesday events for you guys, so I'm just going to go right into the movies that are going on with the Big Sky Documentary Film Festival. So the first Big Sky Documentary Film Festival movie starts today at noon. It's called Following Kina. It's at the Wilma. It's 63 minutes, and it is about a woman who won her first title as the first Peruvian world boxing champion. Sweet. The next movie is called Makoshinka. It's at the Crystal Theater at noon. And so I'll read you guys the synopsis. The rugged Badlands crossing Montana and North Dakota have seen dramatic economic booms and equally devastating bursts, from homesteading days to waves of explosive oil development. So it's pretty much just weaving the stories of diverse communities and intriguing characters through today's oil boom. Wow. There's another movie called Indian Point that starts at 1:30 at the Crystal. It showed last week, but it's re-showing today. And it's going to be talking about an aging nuclear plant and asking if it's safe. The Witness is playing at the Wilma Theater at 2. This also played last week, but it's playing again today. And it's about the woman that was killed and thrown out 38 people and no one did anything about it. Crystal Theater has Catching the Sun at 3:30. That played last week, but it's also playing today. And that is about the fight for clean energy. Blue Space is at the Wilma Theater at 4. This is a sci-fi infused documentary which explores the terraforming of Mars along the waterways of New York City. So kind of comparing New York waterways and terraforming of Mars. Crazy. So yeah, that'll be at the Wilma at 4. And then over at the Roxy Theater, they've got Schoolhouse Docs. Starts at 4 p.m. They've got, so it's 3 short movies. Looks like... 3 short movies. And so one of them is called Never Too Late. And it's about a 36-year-old plumber living in Stevensville, Montana that's chasing his childhood dream of becoming a pro basketball player. El Cacao. This is about an indigenous cacao farmer, his wife, and their grandchildren, and about the environmental and economic complexities as they grow, harvest, and sell cacao beans. Beyond Their Horizon, this is a doomed expedition in search of the Northwest Passage. Yeah, and then they've got more short documentary films. I failed to include where they're from, where they're showing, but I feel like these ones will probably be showing at the Wilma Theater. So these are a series of more short films, I believe showing at the Wilma, but don't quote me on that. Look it up. First one is called Another Kind of Girl, and it's about this 17-year-old girl who meditates on the refugee camp. This next one is called Nascent. It's a short documentary about two children growing up on opposing sides of Central African Republic's civil war. Another one is called Far Afield, a conservation love story. A documentary follows this man from the mean streets of Jersey City to the green streets of Jackson, Wyoming. The Crossing. This is about combating one of highest teen suicide rates in the country. A man working as a crossing guard in a wealthy Silicon Valley reflects on his experience. Interesting. That one's only 6 minutes. My Aleppo. This one talks about a family fleeing the Syrian civil war and how they communicate with the home front via Skype. And then they have this one called the Montana Sessions, and it's just 4 minutes long, and it seems to be at the end of all these documentary shorts, and it pretty much just features short films. That's Montana's finest musicians, and they just play music.
And I do highly suggest this because I went to a college with the director Nick Davis.
Oh, did you?
Who put this on, and
cool.
He does really good work.
Nice, yeah. It'll be showing several times if you guys miss it.
Because it's kind of like little living room session type stuff. So it's like kind of like on little tiny musician.
Yeah,
like
like
cool things.
Cool.
And he did a project where basically he sent like camera and like footage like across seas. So what he did was like it's a project to get not only like musicians in Montana but also across the globe to try to like it's not necessarily via Skype, but in a way where you're able to make a documentary without actually having to go there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Sweet. Yeah. We've got a couple more movies for you guys. Doc Shop, Walking in Oak Creek. This will be at the University of Montana UC Theater. It's a 30-minute film that shows a heart-wrenching story of a community in Oak Creek, Wisconsin. And then they have a discussion after. Lost Conquest is playing at the Wilma Theater at 5:30. They're talking about the Viking Age in Minnesota and how they've got a lot of they believe that Vikings secretly invaded their state 1,000 years ago. So it's going to be about that.
Okay.
Over at the Wilma Theater at 7:30, they've got a movie called What Was Ours. It's about a Shoshone elder, a powwow princess, and a Arapaho journalist who discover their true purpose on the Wind River Indian Reservation. And then we've got a bunch of short movies at the Crystal Theater at 7. One of them is called Calling the Cops on Jesus. Another one is called The Champion. A third one is called The Canada Girl. The next one is called with a K, yes, with a K. Next one is called Home at Dawn. Keeping Balance is playing after that. Madness Made Me. And these are all short movies. These are all like 3 to 10 minutes long. Next one is Isabella. Impact, A Boxer Story, Pink Boy, and then they're going to end it with the Montana Sessions.
And I definitely suggest you guys, if you're going to go see the best and a good mix of all the documentaries, short blocks.
Yep, the short blocks are the best.
You get a lot of content, you get a lot of great stuff, and especially in this, this new world of fast-paced movies and all these short little videos that everybody watches is a great way to get it encompass what the Big Sky Documentary Film Festival is all about in a short hour and a half.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah. Okay, so the next movie is called The Fight to Follow. This will be at the Top Hat Lounge at 8. And this is about a man that struggles to make a living as a full-time musician. Next one is called Missing People at the Wilma Theater at 9:30. This is about a man who investigates his brother's long-lost unsolved murder while obsessively collecting and researching the violent work and life of a self-taught artist from New Orleans. The Shore Break is playing at the Crystal Theater. This is about two cousins from a rural community have opposing plans to develop their homeland on South Africa's wild coast. And so that's what's going on for the Big Sky Documentary Film Festival and your events for today. If you want to find out what's going on Tuesday, just check out MissoulaEvents.net, the Independent, the University of Montana website, and the newspaper. And then to find out more movies, just go to BigSkyDocumentaryFilmFest.com or just type it in Google and you'll find out a list of everything going on. But I've talked a lot, and now we're heading over to Asaph's segment.
This is going to be a delightful story, a lot of fun. They just recently announced that an old television show from the past called Full House is going to be doing a spin-off called Fuller House on Netflix, and it's scheduled to air sometime in 2016 with Candace Cameron. And of course, our guest that we're talking about on Musical Notes with Asaph today is Andrea Barber. Andrea Barber played the best friend Kimmy Gibbler on Full House, and there she is, looking very lovely as a child there. Andrea Laura Barber, known to the world as Andrea Barber. She's an American actress, played Kimmy, as I said, on the sitcom Full House, and she was a former child star playing Carrie Brady, not Carol Brady from the Brady Bunch, but Carrie Brady on Days of Our Lives. And let's show that clip real quick, and then I'll say a few more things about this young woman here.
What do you got?
Merry Christmas.
Another Santa Claus.
Well, hello, Merry Christmas. How are you? Hi there.
Elena, look what I found.
What is it, sweetie?
Remember this?
Oh, yes, I do remember that.
It has all our names on it. And look, someone put Eric and Samantha on these
She's
two
dealing
stars.
with the death of her father
Oh, my.
in this scene here. And Andrea's character on this little soap opera here, they're going to hang up stuff on the Christmas tree, as you can see, and talk to her about the passing of her father. But this is how she got discovered. She got discovered on this particular soap opera, and that doesn't happen very often as far as children, getting a big break. So she got a big break from this soap opera here and went on to play on Full House. And there's no awards or anything like that because this show, my info here just talks about her career. There is one thing she did accomplish in her lifetime. She graduated from La Serna High School in Whittier, California. She earned a degree in English from Whittier College, and she also has an MA in Women's Study at the University of York in England. So that's a pretty cool accomplishment, along with Full House. And that's the character, and that's the look that she will always be remembered. The neighbor that's always barging in on her best friend and hanging out at their house. I think she hung out at the Tanner house more than her own home. The show. So,
Nice, thanks, Asaph. Are you going to watch the new shows when they come out?
Probably, because I used to watch Full House.
Yeah, I do too. I like it.
It's probably be just as delightful, this new series, as the series was.
My only disappointment is that neither Mary-Kate or Ashley are going to be in it.
Oh, no.
Which, they were...
They're done acting. They're rich moguls, fashion moguls.
Yeah. I don't think they have time for that anyway.
They were pretty young. They weren't, really that big of, an addition because they were so young.
They're like the youngest millionaires of all time, and there's two of them.
Yeah. But we have... So on Saturday, we put Mason, one of our coworkers, put a GoPro on the roof of MCAT on the corner of Spruce and Higgins, as you guys saw from our lovely new cover photo. And so we got this really, really cool time lapse of the sunset. And so check this out, you guys. It's pretty nice.
Think that the time is now. I think that the time is now. So please don't knock over my heart, 'cause my heart is full of you. Yeah, my heart is full of you. And don't worry about tomorrow, 'cause my heart is full of you. Yeah, my heart is full of you.
Yeah, and as you can see, it's a nice little sunset. This was taken Saturday night when it was beautiful, and as you can see, the clouds are definitely turning much pinker in their hue. and it's looking great.
It's nice.
It's such a nice. It was such a great weekend last night, and of course we definitely have a lot of this to look forward to throughout the week as well.
We do. We've been so lucky. That's been great. It's just kind of like winter's gone. Like our first half of winter was great, and now our last half is just like bye.
And of course, I forgot to mention what some of the new programs that'll give you on MCAT. So here's a taste of what you guys can see tonight and tomorrow night on MCAT channel 189.
So when Royce reached out to me and asked if I would share a bit about our work, I immediately thought of this community in this room, and the way that you've all been engaging with our We Are Montana in the Classroom program. So what is We Are, and what is its impact? We Are Montana in the Classroom places UM faculty members, graduate students, and professionals in K-12 classrooms to inspire students about higher education and to inspire them about career pathways.
But I also tried to show a few examples there where they were voluntary or advisory systems. Some of them were incentive-based. The MRA is certainly an example of that, where they have the leverage within a renewal area to say, we will help this project if you meet our guidelines. There are several examples like that around the country. So there's a spectrum of the way they're applied, and we'll talk about that a little bit, about the different ways in which these standards and guidelines are used, from totally advisory to totally regulatory, and there's some in between.
All right, so that's what you guys can expect tonight and tomorrow night on MCAT channel 189. But of course, if you want to find out more information and if you want to watch these videos yourself and more, you can log on to our website, mcat.org, and you can easily go to our links on channel 189 or 190, and it will bring you to a website, which will allow you to watch videos that we have on our video on demand site. Yeah. It's great. It's wonderful. It's like our own mini YouTube of Missoula.
You don't even have to be present for it to be on. Like if you're not home at 8 o'clock when it's playing, you can just go down there at 9 or 10 and press the play button and watch it in its entirety.
Yep. You just have to look at the schedule, and if it has a little green sideways triangle, you're good to go. Yeah. But of course, if you want to find out more information about Wake Up Missoula, you can log on to wakeupmissoula.wix.com/wakeupmissoula. So nice, we made you write it out twice. You could totally follow us on our Facebook page after you like our brand new cover photo that I posted up there as well. You could follow us on Twitter at Wake Up Missoula.
You can like Missoula Community Access Television on Twitter at MCAT-TV Missoula. Check us out on Facebook, and to find out more information about us, just go right over to mcat.org.
Yeah, great. Well, thanks guys for joining me on this wonderful Monday. I'm really stoked for what kind of day it's going to turn out to be. There's that 30% chance of snow, but of course your high is going to be into the mid-40s and pretty much is going to stay that way for the rest of the week.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Yep. For Wake Up Missoula, my name is Noelle McFoy.
And I'm Scott Ramp.
Here's Asaph Adonai.